Have you ever found yourself squinting while reading a book you've enjoyed for years? Or perhaps the text is a bit less clear on your phone's screen than it was before. Let me ask you a question. You may adjust your glasses, massage your eyes, or even turn on a brighter light. Then you tell yourself, well, I guess this is just what happens after 50. But what if it's more than age? What if your body is attempting to communicate with you through the gradual loss of vision and the subtle decline you've been dismissing? What if there was something you could do? You see, this is the reality that no one is truly discussing. It's not just aging that weakens your sight. As a result of not receiving what they require, they become weaker. And it often boils down to a single, basic vitamin. One that might mean the difference between clinging to your vision and letting it gradually deteriorate. I'm sure you've heard countless stories about eating carrots, buying stronger glasses, or simply putting up with it. However, what if I told you that there is a vitamin that is underappreciated, frequently ignored, and completely missed by most people? This vitamin has the ability to protect your eyes, support your retina, lessen age-related damage, and possibly even enhance your perception of the world. Do they seem too good to be real? We're going to go right into that today. The science underlying aging eyes is being explained in plain, understandable terms in this video. We'll examine what's actually happening in your body, the most frequent eye health errors people make after the age of 50, and how a single dietary adjustment can significantly impact your day-to-day activities. So pay attention, because by the end of this movie, you will have actual, useful tools to preserve your independence, safeguard your vision, and maintain its sharpness. Additionally, if you care about maintaining your vision as you age, please leave a brief note below stating that you have clear vision. I want to know who is here, who is paying attention, and who is prepared to take charge of their own health. Don't forget to subscribe to Golden Wisdom while you're here, as we provide you with the resources you need to age with courage, clarity, and self-assurance every single day. Are you prepared to learn which vitamin may be able to preserve your vision after the age of 50? Let's begin. Allow me to share a brief tale with you. Doris was 72 years old and a retired librarian. She had been surrounded by books all her life, old novels, poems, biographies, and more. Her world revolved on reading. However, during the previous year, she began to notice an oddity. The words on the page simply didn't look the same in the evenings. She tried moving closer to the window throughout the day, changing her glasses and adjusting the lamp, but to no avail. In the low light, the characters were hazy. She thought it was a natural aspect of growing older. It's normal, she assured herself. However, she paused when her doctor stated something during a normal visit. It may not seem like much, but Doris, you're low in vitamin A. But that clarified everything to Doris. Growing older wasn't her only issue. In actuality, her eyes were deficient in a nutrient that they really needed. This is why that is important. Vitamin A is essential for eye health, particularly for the retina, which is the area of the eye that detects light. Lack of it makes it difficult for your eyes to adjust to low light levels. This causes a condition known as night blindness, a disorder that causes your eyesight to become weak or fuzzy at night, indoors, or when driving. Furthermore, if the deficit persists for an extended period of time, it may cause irreversible harm. The thing is this: oh, I eat carrots, I'm good, is what most people believe. In actuality, though, carrots only provide beta-carotene, which your body must subsequently transform into useful vitamin A. And that conversion process slows significantly beyond 50. It hardly works at all for some folks. This implies that you can be inadequate even if you consume a plate full of carrots. The active form of vitamin A is what your eyes require, particularly as you age. Foods like eggs, full-fat dairy products, and yes, organ meats like liver contain retinol. Let's face it though, not everyone is excited about eating liver. It's okay if it describes you. There is a simple solution. Look for a high-quality vitamin A supplement or multivitamin that contains preformed vitamin A. Not beta-carotene, but retinol. You are no longer speculating. Your body is getting just what it needs from you. No conversion is necessary. Doris benefited from this one adjustment. Her vision at night improved in a matter of months. Evening reading was no longer difficult. She didn't require new eyewear, she required the proper diet. The best part is that you can begin doing the same right now. One minor adjustment can have a significant impact on your worldview. Here's the worst part, though. Vitamin A is only the first step. Even though you may not be aware of it yet, there is another vitamin that you may already have in your cabinet that is subtly shielding your eyes every day. Allow me to present Tom to you. Tom, a 72-year-old retired technician, can still feel the texture of vintage engine parts in his hands. Clear-headed, accurate, and composed under duress. He's always been that way. However, something was confusing him recently. Little shadows drifted over his eyes like dust on a windshield, and he began to notice these little particles floating in his vision. He dismissed it at first. He stated they were just floaters. A trip to the eye specialist revealed some surprising information. Nothing serious, but over time they became more frequent and his vision felt weaker, especially when trying to focus on fine details. It wasn't just aging that was causing his eye tissue to shrink. When the doctor inquired about his diet, it was discovered that Tom was deficient in vitamin C, a crucial antioxidant. You are undoubtedly familiar with vitamin C as the orange juice ingredient, the immune-boosting vitamin, and the cold-fighting vitamin. However, the majority of people are unaware of how important vitamin C is for eye health. This is the reason. Your eye's capillaries, which are tiny blood vessels that carry nutrients and oxygen, are strengthened by vitamin C. More significantly, it offers protection against oxidative damage, a fancy word describing the kind of silent, insidious harm brought on by inflammation, pollutants, and aging. Oxidative stress might be compared to rust accumulation on your eyeglasses. It impairs vision and gradually deteriorates the fragile internal tissues of the eyes, resulting in conditions like cataracts, macular degeneration, and yes, additional floaters. Vitamin C will protect you from it. It combats rust. Here's the catch, though. The majority don't receive nearly enough. The major error is that they depend on fruit juice. Although you may believe that drinking a glass of orange juice every morning is helping, the high sugar content of most juices actually negates many of the antioxidant advantages. It causes inflammation, raises blood sugar, and makes your eyes more susceptible than previously. What else are you able to do? Consider including actual, complete sources of vitamin C. It is abundant in bell peppers, particularly the red kind. Another powerful food that is less strenuous on blood sugar is kiwi. Additionally, if citrus fruits cause stomach distress, seek out a vitamin C supplement that has been buffered. This indicates that it is more effective at protecting while being kinder to the digestive system. It was Tom who switched. He reduced his intake of juice, increased his intake of colorful vegetables, and supplemented his daily diet with a high-quality vitamin C supplement. And his floaters were less obvious after a few weeks. His vision seemed more steady. Above all, he felt that he was at last taking action to safeguard himself rather than passively letting things worsen. Now, keep in mind that vitamin A helps to maintain your retina. Vitamin C protects against aging and damage. When it comes to long-term vision health, there is one more vitamin that is rarely mentioned but may be the most potent of them all. You're probably not receiving enough of it. Allow me to introduce you to Margaret. She is 68 years old and just retired from teaching elementary school, enjoys cuddling up with her tablet to read the news every morning, knitting by the window, and chatting with her grandchildren on Skype. However, a change began to occur. Her vision started to haze. Subtly, not all at once. It was the little print at first. Faces on video calls came next. She attributed it to the screens. Too much time spent indoors. Too much digital strain, she thought, but there was more to it than that. Her doctor performed a few basic tests on her when she came in for a checkup, and one result stood out. Her levels of vitamin D were dangerously low. Margaret was perplexed now. She declared, "I go for a morning walk outside." A little sunshine here and there was enough, she thought. However, this is what her physician clarified, and what a lot of people are unaware of. Our skin's ability to produce vitamin D from sunshine decreases with age. Your body may no longer be converting enough UV rays into useful vitamin D, even if you spend a lot of time outside. Additionally, those levels can drop considerably more quickly if you live in a colder area or spend more time indoors, as many people do after retirement. What is the significance of that for your eyes? Because one of your body's strongest anti-inflammatory agents is vitamin D. It is essential for lowering retinal inflammation and preventing macular degeneration, which is one of the main causes of blindness in persons over 50. Your eye's delicate structures are more susceptible to harm when your vitamin D levels are inadequate. Then, frequently without warning, blurred vision, visual distortion, and even irreversible loss can appear. The good news is that, if you know what to look for, vitamin D can be easily restored. Consult your physician or other healthcare provider first. Request a straightforward blood test to determine your vitamin D levels. It is quick, painless, and may provide a significant clue as to the cause of your vision issues. After that, think about incorporating a vitamin D3 supplement into your regular regimen. The best form is D3, particularly for elderly people. It becomes even more crucial in the winter or if you reside in an area with less sunlight. Margaret did just that. After taking a small quantity at first and keeping an eye on her levels, she saw that her vision had improved in a matter of months. Not flawless, but notably more powerful. Her eyes were less fatigued. Her attention came back to her. No magic was involved. With the correct resources, biology was at last supported. We have now discussed 3 of the most important vitamins for maintaining good vision after the age of 50. Vitamin A for healthy retinas and night vision. Vitamin C helps prevent aging and damage. Additionally, vitamin D, the unseen guardian, lowers inflammation and protects your eyes from the inside out. However, what if you already have fuzzy vision? What happens if you're wearing glasses already and the discomfort persists? Is there anything you can do to improve your vision rather than merely keep it from becoming worse? This leads us to a vitamin that isn't given nearly enough credit, yet it could be the secret to improving your vision from now on. Let's discuss Sam. He is 75 years old, a former construction supervisor, a practical man, and he never complains. However, he had been bothered by something lately. His eyes were scratchy and dry. On some days he felt as though he had dust in them, yet it persisted no matter how frequently he rinsed or blinked. As well as his vision, it had begun to blur at various times, as if his glasses were no longer functioning properly. He attributed it to aging. Eyes get tired. That's the way it is. However, his ophthalmologist asked a straightforward inquiry during a standard eye examination. "Do you receive enough vitamin E, Sam?" Sam hadn't considered it. The majority don't. However, what he discovered later altered his perspective on his health. Vitamin E is more than just a popular anti-aging or immune-boosting supplement. It is important yet frequently disregarded for eye health, particularly in elderly persons. This is how it operates. Being a potent antioxidant, vitamin E shields the cells inside your eyes from harm brought on by light, pollution, and aging. Consider it to be your eye armor. It protects the sensitive tissues, slows down deterioration, and keeps oxidative stress from causing long-term harm. That's not all, though. Vitamin E promotes the formation of tears as well, your real tears, that is. And when your eyes aren't making enough of them, you begin to experience dryness, irritation, and that hazy feeling that so many elderly people silently endure. This is what was happening to Sam. Typical symptoms of dry eye condition. His vision was suffering as a result of his eye cells drying out. Here's the problem, though. The majority of individuals don't receive enough vitamin E from their diet. Why? Because not everyone's kitchen is stocked with items that are naturally high in it, such as avocados, sunflower seeds, and almonds. Furthermore, by the time they reach your plate, the cooking oils that many people use on a daily basis are frequently highly refined, depleted of minerals, and essentially devoid of vitamin E. One of the most prevalent silent deficits is this one. However, it's really simple to fix. This is what aided Sam. He began consuming only 10 or 15 almonds every morning, topped his yogurt with a scoop of sunflower seeds. He also started taking a mixed tocopherol supplement, which is a better absorbed version of vitamin E that contains several forms rather than just one, at the recommendation of his doctor. His eyes became less dry in a few weeks. Even if his vision wasn't flawless, it was crisper, more comfortable, more reliable, and had the slight graininess that had bothered him for months. Therefore, it may be more than just old age if your eyes feel dry, your vision seems to fog for no apparent cause, or even the view outside your window, your screen, or your book is tougher to appreciate. Your eyes may be subtly requesting vitamin E. It's time for the one you've most likely been anticipating, though. The vitamin that has been dubbed the vision vitamin. The one we've been working toward all along, since yellow veggies and leafy greens include a vitamin that is amazing for maintaining good vision and a bright future. Let's discuss a nutrient you shouldn't overlook. Allow me to introduce you to Eleanor. She's 75. She knitted scarves, infant blankets, and even delicate lace doilies that resembled snowflakes for the majority of her life. Her reality, however, began to blur not long ago. The stitches were not aligned as they once were. Her once clear patterns started to become hazy. Her optometrist disagreed with her daughter's statement that, "I think it's time I give it up. I just can't see it anymore." He made no recommendations for new spectacles. He did not advocate for surgery. When he suggested two nutrients, Eleanor's life completely transformed: zeaxanthin and lutein. You may be asking yourself, what are those? They are the stars of vision, although they aren't as well known as vitamin C or D. Let's dissect it. The macula is a tiny but crucial region inside your eye. Located directly in the middle of your retina, it is in charge of providing you with detailed vision, the kind you need to read a book, thread a needle, or identify a loved one's face. The macula becomes more susceptible as we age, particularly to oxidative stress-free radicals and blue light. This is where zeaxanthin and lutein come in. The macula is where these nutrients directly accumulate. Consider them to be your eye's natural shades. They lessen glare, block out dangerous blue light, and support robust, steady, and crisp center vision. Eleanor's doctor prescribed a supplement that had 2 milligrams of zeaxanthin and at least 10 milligrams of lutein. She took it daily. She picked up her needles once more 6 months later. The patterns became more obvious. The fuzzy feeling subsided. Her happiness returned. This is where a lot of folks make mistakes. They believe they are covered by their usual multivitamin. However, most do not include lutein or zeaxanthin, at least not in significant quantities. There's a catch, even if it's true that leafy greens like spinach and kale can provide them. Our capacity to absorb nutrients from diet may deteriorate with aging. Your body may not be getting the nutrients it needs, even if you're eating a balanced diet. For this reason, a supplement tailored to your eyesight is frequently advised, particularly if you're older than 60. It eliminates the element of guesswork. You are fully aware of what your eyes are seeing and what they aren't. Here's a quick hint. Look at the label when purchasing a supplement. For complete spectrum eye support, look for one that states lutein 10 milligrams or more, zeaxanthin 2 milligrams or more, particularly in combination with zinc, vitamins A, C, and E. Remember that these nutrients accumulate throughout time. Your eyes will be better protected the earlier you begin. Eleanor saved more than just her vision. A piece of herself that she believed was lost forever was returned to her. Because you can protect your vision after the age of 50, you can too. Chasing youth is not the point. The goal is to protect the life you cherish. What makes you happy, independent, and connected? What does all of this imply for you or a loved one now? Let's put everything together and discuss the main reasons this is so important. Let's take a moment to consider what it truly means to lose your vision. It goes beyond simply requiring better glasses. It goes beyond simply holding the newspaper a bit farther away or reading in better lighting. It's losing the ability to get to the supermarket by car. It's not being able to see your grandchild's smile clearly or sew that button back on. It means losing out on things like your favorite TV, book, or the glimmer in your partner's eyes. It is becoming less autonomous, and for a lot of people, that loss can be like losing a piece of themselves. This is the reason this discussion is so important, because not just your eyes are impacted when your vision begins to deteriorate. It's your self-assurance, your independence, and your link to the outside world. Here's the reality, though. Here's where the hope lies. You don't have to accept anything without question. You don't have to dismiss it as simply old age. You can do something about it. Easy, dependable steps. No glitzy procedures. No horrific processes. Only food. The sort that your eyes have been silently requesting all this time. All of the vitamins that we discussed today, A, C, D, E, lutein, and zeaxanthin, are fuel, not magic or passing trends. Give your body the nourishment it needs to safeguard and maintain the priceless gift of sight, especially after the age of 50. I would like you to accomplish the following today. Wait a minute. Go to your kitchen shelf or medicine cabinet. Grab the eye supplement you've been meaning to take or your bottle of multivitamins. Examine the label. Are those 5 nutrients present? Do the dosages really meet the needs of your eyes? It's okay if not. You're not a failure. You're not in the rear. However, you now know. This understanding is crucial since every action you do to safeguard your vision also safeguards your autonomy, individuality, and happiness. Please do not panic if your vision has already changed, if the words on the page seem a bit fuzzier, if the sunlight seems too bright, or if the faces you love no longer look quite the same. You are not helpless, and you are not alone. These are actual modifications. They're not final, but they're annoying. Because you're choosing to continue living your life as you see fit when you decide to take care of your eyes with the correct information, the right nourishment, and a little consistency. Thus, inhale deeply. You're making a significant impact. You're educating yourself, getting ready, and safeguarding the one thing we frequently take for granted until it starts to wane. Your life's narrative is revealed via your eyes. Let's ensure that kids continue to witness all of the wonderful chapters that lie ahead. Therefore, let's pause and gather everything together. 5 strong allies for your vision have been discussed. Even after the age of 50, you can maintain your eyesight for longer with these 5 nutrients. Let's quickly review them. Vitamin A helps you see in low light and nourishes your retina. Vitamin C combats oxidative stress and fortifies the tissues of your eyes. Vitamin D prevents macular degeneration and reduces inflammation. Vitamin E soothes weary, dry eyes and restores cells. Last but not least are lutein and zeaxanthin, the dynamic pair that enhances your central vision and filters blue light. Although each one functions differently, when combined, they provide a straightforward yet effective defense for one of your health's most valuable components. Your capacity to see, communicate, and lead an independent life. I would be delighted to hear from you now. Do you take any of these vitamins already? Or, in light of what we discussed today, is there one you're considering adding? Tell us in the comments section. You never know who else might be able to identify with your story, even if it's just a single word or query. Your voice is very important, and this community is based on shared experiences. Also, please let me know if this video was useful. You should hit the like button if it made you think or reminded you to look after yourself. You won't realize how much it helps. Additionally, feel free to sign up for Golden Wisdom. Here, your health comes first, aging is accepted, and the next phase of your life is filled with care, clarity, and purpose. We think growing older shouldn't mean giving up, so we bring you advice like this every day, grounded in science and presented with compassion. It ought to entail improving one's life and becoming wiser. Therefore, stay healthy, stay optimistic, and never stop learning how to take care of the one body and one pair of eyes you've been given, regardless of where you are today, whether you're sipping a warm cup of tea by a window or browsing through your phone in silence late at night. I appreciate you watching. We appreciate you joining our expanding family. I'll see you in the upcoming video, as usual.